So, hey out there, it's Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness. Today, I want to go down memory lane and talk to you a little bit about something that is kind of embarrassing, and I forget about these days. I try not to remember my lazy couch potato teenage years. So, I want to tell you a tale of back when I don't know if I was in 10th, 11th grade. But back then, for those who know nothing about me, I was a very lazy kid. I was extremely lazy as a teenager, and I was mostly lazy just because I had a big brother. And my big brother, most of the time, would do all the housework around our house, and our household came to rely upon my brother to do the work. And so I was not required to be the guy out there doing 50 million things all the time. I had my little easy task. I took out the trash. But when it came towards the big manly things in the household, my brother normally did it because he was the man in the house, so to speak. But something magically happened when my brother graduated, and I then had to step up to become the man in the house, so to speak. But there was a brief time before that where I was just lazy. So I'll admit, nowadays I was lazy. All these kids you see, on their smartphones, just playing video games all day. That was me. That was me. I would not go outside for anything. I would not get fresh air. I prefer just being indoors, either playing what was my Sega Genesis back in the day. And then once I got my computer, that's all I did. I just stayed on my computer and played computer games all the time. And if I wasn't playing games, all I was doing was basically watching all types of TV. And it wasn't even quality TV, it was just junk TV. And when I was watching it, I would have like a big bag of chips next to me and I would just eat, just eat, just eat. So I had horrible, horrible eating habits as a teenager. And so what happened to me is basically I was a very chubby, um, I get you say early in my teenage years and my middle school years, up until leading my high school years, I was very chubby. I was just overweight. All of a sudden I got very tall, and so everyone thought I was skinnier and everyone thought I was this athlete and everything. But nope, I secretly was just a lazy couch potato. That's all I did. I would go to school, do my schoolwork, come home, sit down in front of the TV, wouldn't go outside, wouldn't socialize, wouldn't do any of that stuff. And so as the years went on, I started looking at my stomach and I was like, man, how come I don't got like a perfect stomach? Because at that time you had the PE classes and you had to take your shirt off in front of folks. So I was embarrassed to do that because I knew I was skinny fat. I knew I was just tall, but I was unathletic. I was just nasty looking underneath my clothes. And so I used to always hide my body all the time. And I think that's why that carries over to me to this day, sort of. But I remember staying up one night and like seeing infomercials. So the QVC type channels where you always have these amazing products that seem to solve your problems like that. And so in particular, I can't remember the exact name of this product, but I remember it was something called like the ab. Oh gosh, it wasn't called the ab roller. It was like the ab target. Anyways, it was like this triangle looking device. I mean, it was big. It was like almost the size of this part of my upper body, pretty much. And what it was is you would have like these rubber bands that are attached to this end of this device. So it was very weird. So it was meant to, one end was just this, like, let's say here's my hand, right? This was on one end of it. And then you had that triangle device. And then you just had that little thing at the bottom just pushed into the triangle. And so what prevented that resistance was these rubber bands. So the more rubber bands you put in there, the harder this resistance was. And so you put that resistance against your stomach and you literally crunch your way to a six pack. And it cracks me out to this day because I literally thought I was going to have this six pack if I did this exercise 3 times a week. That's what the advertisement said. 3 times a week for 5 minutes, you will have your six pack abs. And so I had this device I paid for with my little money I had from my job at the time. Wow, I can't believe, yeah, I used my good old Taco Bell money to pay for this device. Um, so I bought this big, I mean, this device was huge. Like I said, it was almost a half the size of my body. and I actually tried to crunch my way to success. And this is like a classic example of, man, if I can go back in time, oh gosh, I would love to go back in time and just slap the young me right in the face. Because I don't even know if anyone remember me actually buying that in my household, because I actually bought it and I used it for a good 2 months and then I just threw it away. And that's what happens with a lot of folks out there, man. It's like you buy these like little fad gadgets here and there, and then you throw them away. So a good example, I guess, is like the shake weight. Yeah, remember the shake weight a few years ago? Everyone was going crazy for the shake weight, and now all of a sudden no one talks about it. And so there's always these devices out there, and I'll admit, even I fell for it. And in that time period, if I just focused more on like my diet and nutrition, man, I would have saw such great results. Not even focus on my diet and nutrition. If I would have just took my lazy couch potato self outside, I would have done so much better as a teenager. But I was lazy, and I thought that I can just buy this magical device, never have to change my life at all, and just doing this stupid motion, I was going to lose weight. And so, for those people out there who watching this, you know, you're not the only one that's probably done some stupid stuff in the past. I've done plenty, and I know I'm probably going to do a few more in the next couple years or so. But yeah, I just want to share that story because I was talking to a cousin of mine today, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was a lazy teenager, wasn't I? So yeah, so just want to share my story. If you like it, you know, give me a thumbs up, share it, whatever. Hopefully I'll make someone's day. Hopefully I'll make someone laugh or whatever like that. So it's Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness, and I'll catch you later. Stay blessed.